Hey everyone, I know this video's a little late, but I want to say that hey, UCLA is headed to a bowl game, as you already know. Navy successfully beat Army, and it was a lot closer than we all expected. I mean, Army did get better. I'll give them props there, but in the end, Navy closed the game better and won 17-3. Despite the early scare, Army's defense was shutting them down early on, and the Navy was able to pull away and overcome, including making some long drives. I mean, some of them I think there was like a 10-minute drive in that game when I watched it. But this video is more to talk about the season for UCLA, this regular season, before going to the bowl game. I will, talk about the EagleBank Bowl next week when the time comes. Obviously, the rosters have not been finalized, nor do we know who's starting which position and what, so I won't talk about that specifically, but I wanted to talk a little bit about this season. Uh, there's been some times of disappointment, I think, on the defensive side of the ball. Particularly the run defense. I expected the run defense to be a little bit better than how it was this year. We've allowed a lot of running, whether it was on the Oregon Ducks, whether it was on the Oregon State Beavers, and especially Jake Locker, making us look like a high school defense. I know we got the pick in the end, and we squeaked the win, but it was definitely not pretty because let's face it, he made us look like a high school defense most of that game. Uh, we were fortunate there were some breaks here and there, including that turnover in the end. But I just found our linebacking position to be a disappointment this year, and I was hoping to see much more improvement there. Also, the running backs being fumble prone. Jonathan Franklin wasn't all I thought he was. Um, he was fumble prone, and there were times he wouldn't be able to read the cracks open. We were injured in the secondary, specifically the person to complement Alteron Werner. Whoever replaced Aaron Hester, whether it was Courtney Viney, Sheldon Price, I'll give him a little bit of grace here because I know Sheldon Price is a true freshman, but I felt, there were times the wide receivers would own us at times, the opposing team. And Jermaine Kearse burned us during the game. But the running game still, Javid Best burned us, Chris Polker burned us, Quiz Rogers, the list goes on and on. But we did stop Tennessee in their house. At least we proved to the nation that this Pac-10 conference has been solid. Uh, Definitely a very deep 16 deep conference this year. Even though UCLA isn't part of those 6 teams, they still put up some fight. The quarterback play, I know, was we couldn't really help that. There have been injuries to Kevin Prince, and Kevin Kraft was forced to play. Also, Richard Bree, who got to play a little bit. Obviously, we only saw glimpses of him, but give me some thoughts on that. Also, the wide receiver position. Terrence Austin, I didn't see a whole lot from him this year. He had a few touchdowns that looked good, but I didn't see consistency out of him or Taylor Embry. Nelson Rosario had some spark here and there, but there were just times we didn't see much catches from the wide receivers. I was hoping to see more from that. The offensive line did get better from last year. Xavier Suafilo did make an impact and difference. Also, some of those JUCO guys like Eddie Williams had some time playing this year. He spent, I know he's injured, but spent a good amount of time playing. But I also want to know your thoughts, and if you're a Bruin fan, or if you're a Pac-10 fan who knows the Bruins. Let me know down in the comments section. I just want to know what you thought of this regular season for UCLA and how the conference was. So give me your thoughts. I'll have a preview on the EagleBank Bowl against Temple next week when the rosters will be more finalized. But just want to say, hey, at least we're going bowling. That's an accomplishment Rick Neuheisel wanted early on. So see you all later, and go Bruins.